Hi students, welcome to Front End Nano Degree at Udacity. My name is Ibrahim Budamasi. I'm going to be your mentor, your motivator. I'm going to be here for you in any problem you're going to encounter during this course. And even when you graduate, you can also contact me. I'm always there for you. So if you want to contact me, this is my social media channel. Facebook, I'm Ibro at Ibro Badmus. Instagram, the same thing. Twitter is _ not full stop. This is my email, ibrobadmus.ib, and this is my phone number. Also, it's on WhatsApp, so you can there. So we are group 89. I believe anyone watching this video is already in the group. If you're not there, please join. But for the purpose of this class, I will prefer us to use Slack channel for official message. Any message contained during this program of study, let's send it through Slack channel. And I promise you, through Slack channel, any message you send, I will make sure I reply to all of them. Even if there are hundreds, I'll reply to them in request. I'll reply to them in request. So, our times of meeting, sorry, not time of class, time of meeting. I will be available 8 to 9 a.m. That's Central African time every day. So any message you post at this time, I should be able to reply to them immediately. And I'll also be available 8 to 10 p.m. CAT. That will be in the night. So any question you post concerning your code or any problems you've encountered during the day concerning your code, I'm going to reply to them instantly, or even if you're just encountering it. Although you can also send message at the other times of the day, but it may take 1 or 2 hours or 3 before I see them, before I respond to them, because I have other schedules. But for sure, at this morning and at this night, I will be there to reply to your message immediately. So to make our class interactive, instead of only me mentoring or talking every time, so I think since we have about 3 months of coding, and each of these months has a lot of works inside to do, so why not let us break the courses into weekly basis, so that for this group we're going to say at the end of for 7 days we should be able to have completed this part of the project. So on Sunday in the night, then we're going to have like 5 minute discussion group, so that everybody is going to talk about what he learned this week, what are the amazing things he learned this week, and also what are the problems he encountered and how did he solve those problems, so that we can learn from each other. We can get to know how people solve their problem, and we may apply it in our own situation. And I will also know those who are lag behind. Why are they lag behind? Maybe it's one problem or the other, so we can sort it out. So on Sundays it's going to be weekly discussions. Alright, so the link on the number of classes you should be number of courses content we should be covering at every week. After I compile it, I'll send the link to the Slack channel so that all of us can see it. So practically, the software we need are not sophisticated. The first one we need is a browser, and I will strictly recommend Chrome, as Udacity has some extensions that they design and it's only working on Chrome, not on Firefox or the rest. So let's use Chrome, to be better. Text editor, there are a lot of them. For those using Windows, normally Notepad comes with it. There is new version of Notepad, Notepad++, although all of them too are going to work. But Sublimes and Visual Studios and other of the same caliber, they have some features that will give you easy code writing and readability. So I will strictly recommend one of these two to make it fast and to make your code readable. So let's have a quick introduction, or let me introduce you to some of the courses you're going to do, most especially JavaScript. What is JavaScript? JavaScript, you might have been hearing Java this before, and you are hearing JavaScript. I know the first thing that will come to your mind is maybe this is an extension of JavaScript, but actually Java and JavaScript are different. JavaScript is a client-side scripting language which is used for design and interactive website. Instead of the major function of JavaScript is allow us to create a dynamic website, a website that will give us response immediately on that particular page without purposefully reloading that particular page. So it's used for designing and improving interaction, and also used for some validations. It's mostly used for game designs and designing apps mobile web apps. Currently nowadays the market for mobile marketing is growing. So JavaScript helps a lot in building websites that are responsive to both mobile and system at the same time. So how to run Java? Basically, it is our browser that runs Java. When you code, the Java is responsible, and the browser is responsible for running the program. So let's walk down on a simple syntax of a JavaScript program. You can see here a script. It starts with an angle bracket, script, type JavaScript, and we have a code here and it's closing. You see, one function of Sublime is when you open a script, a tag, it automatically closes for you. So you will not like forget and it will make everything messy. So you can see this program is just to display an alert hello Java when it runs. So this is a simple syntax of JavaScript. And don't forget, whenever you're coding in JavaScript, always put your semicolon at the end of every line. So that's that about the syntax of JavaScript. So let's talk about variables. How to declare variables. We already know that variables are containers that store data. Let me say the most common variable declaration type is the var. Var works everywhere and mostly is the one people use, but var has problem of hoisting. That means the scope of declaration of your values. So it's advisable for you to use let and constant to declare a variable. A variable declared with let will remain constant throughout. It will remain you can be able to change it during the program execution. That means you can assign another value to the variable, but a constant value can never be changed throughout the execution of that program. So those are how to declare variable, the let and the constant. Do away with var, it has problem of hosting. Also, we could talk about data types. What are the types of data that we can store in this variable? We can store string, that is alphanumeric characters. We can store integer and floating. Integer take a whole number, floating has the decimal points. We can store boolean in our variables. Boolean is 1 or 0, true or false. So one condition has to be true. So a null allows us to specify a variable to be empty. We declare a container, give it a name, and we say that, and we declare that container to be empty. That means it's not going to take anything. It's not having anything. And undefined is also a data type that you did not define that variable. You stored, like for example, I have surname here equals to Ibrahim. Ibrahim is stored in surname, but this surname is not a variable because we've not declared it. So that's why it's called an undefined data type. So last thing I would like to talk about here is comments. Comments it makes our program readable. So even if you code and someone want to read through your code, comment to allow him to know the function of every single line of code in your program. Even maybe you code 100 lines of code and you come back maybe after a year, you want to change some specification. So those comments will hinder you, and it will give you hints on what every block of code is doing, and you can easily go to the code in which you want to change your specification and change it. Instead of reading through all codes, you don't even know which one is responsible for this, which one is responsible for them. So the code comes in two ways. We have single line comment, that is with using backslash. double black slash. So this one you can comment on a single line. You can comment on a single line, while we have double line or multiple line. What really matters is this first one, this backward slash and asterisk, and this asterisk and backward slash. This is the opening, this is the closing. Anything that goes inside is a comment. So it depends on the way you want to design it, but anything inside this place is a comment. This is the beginning, this is the closing. So always make sure when you are coding, you comment. When you are defining variable, you specify the data type, and always use let and constant to declare your variable. And don't forget, always put semicolon at the end of your program, and make sure your program is properly indented. So that's about JavaScript, and it's going to be the basis of what you're going to learn during this nano degree. I hope you find this class shall I call it interesting. This is just a tip of what you're going to find. So one thing I want to tell you is, no matter how hard you find the code, try and relax and check the code properly, check the reviews, and work toward the specification. The major thing that they mark in your project here at Udacity is the specification that it was given to you. You can add your own customs designs, but they normally focus on the specification. What are the major objectives they want you to achieve? So try and work on those major objectives instead of like doing things that is not part of what they want you to do. So I'll always be here to help when you have any problem. So try and walk through it. You can do this. You can do this. So wish you successful classing. Thank you.